Hey friends, welcome back to Yoga with Sophia. My name is Sophia and today we're going to move through a short flow designed for potters. As potters, we tend to spend a lot of time at the wheel, rounding over, using our hands, using our wrists, and sometimes just sitting for a long period of time. In today's practice, we are going to move through some different shapes and poses to help counteract all the rounding over we do and all of our work with our hands and wrists. So in today's practice, we're going to find a lot of relief in our wrists, in our shoulders, our back, and our hips. As usual, this is your practice. Move at your own pace. Take what feels good to you and skip anything that does not feel right in your body. Thanks so much for being here today. Let's get started. On our mats, in a comfortable, easy seat, options to sit kneeling over the legs like this, or maybe come into a crisscross seat with your legs. You can place your hands down onto your knees or onto the thighs. Sit up tall, shoulders are stacked over the hips. The crown of your head reaches up tall. Send a soft gaze down past the tip of your nose. If it feels comfortable, you can close the eyes here. We'll take 3 rounds of breath together to open up our practice. First, exhale all the air out of your mouth. Big inhale through nose. Exhale, side out. Big inhale through nose, fill up belly. Exhale, let it go. Last one together, big inhale through nose. Exhale, side out. Begin to bring your chin down to your chest. Feel a nice gentle stretch in the back of your neck. Just take it easy and slow here as we begin to start moving in our bodies. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Your right ear is probably not going to come all the way down to your shoulder. We're aiming to feel a nice stretch on the left side of our neck. Slowly bring your chin back down to center. Bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Feel that gentle stretch on the right side of your neck. And slowly bring your chin down, back through center, right ear, right shoulder. We take gentle little nods here. And slowly chin back down through center, left ear, left shoulder. Maybe take tiny little nods here. Just gently wake up here. Get a nice stretch in the neck. Just take it easy as we get started. Take a few rounds. These gentle neck circles at your own pace. You can move however fast or however slow you would like. When you're ready, bring your chin back down to your chest. Come back to center and sweep your arms up and overhead. Place your right palm down to the ground. The left fingertips reach over to the right side. Feel a nice stretch here in your left side body. If you feel yourself starting to round down here, go ahead and open it back up. Your heart shines up towards the ceiling. Nice. Inhale, bring both hands back up overhead to center. Place your left palm down to the ground as your right fingertips reach over to the left side. Get a nice stretch in your right side body here. Nice. Bring your hands back up overhead, other side again. Right palm down, left fingertips reach towards the right. See if you can send your breath here to those left ribs and find some more space there. Inhale, back to center, left palm down, right fingertips reach towards the left. See if you can send your breath over to your right ribs and find some more spaciousness here on your left side body. Nice. Inhale, both hands come back up towards center, and on your exhale, twist right. Your right hand comes behind you, left palm in front. option to send your gaze past your right shoulder. Inhale to come back to center, both arms up and overhead. Exhale, twist left. Your right hand comes in front, left palm behind. Option to send your gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale to come back to center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, twist left. Nice, and bring it back up to center, arms overhead, and then back down by our sides. And take a pause here and just notice how you feel in your neck and in your shoulders. Then bring your right hand to your right shoulder with our elbow. We're gonna draw big circles with our elbow here. We're gonna go really slow here. Try to draw the biggest circle you can. Move slowly here. And we're just gently warming up our shoulder, getting that shoulder moving in its socket. Nice, yeah. Switch directions of your circle here. Want to move slow, like you're moving through molasses. Really feel that shoulder moving in its socket and the shoulder blade coming up as your elbow comes up. Reaching forward and shoulder blade comes back down as your elbow comes back. Okay, take a pause here and notice your right shoulder. Notice your left shoulder. See where you feel any ease. And let's do the other side this time. Left hand comes to your left shoulder. With your left elbow, we'll draw big circles here with the elbow. Go slow here as you gently try to draw the biggest circle you can with the elbow. Your body can move along with you as you're moving through these big circles. Switch directions here. As you move through these elbow circles, really think about your shoulder moving around in its socket. So often in pottery, we just spend a lot of time hunched over our wheels and our shoulders are just kind of stuck in one position over the wheel head. And so moving the shoulder around in its socket just gives it this movement that we don't get as much in pottery. Go ahead and switch sides if you haven't already. Okay, and bring your palm back down to your legs. Take a moment here, pause, and notice your right shoulder, notice your left shoulder, and check in with how you are feeling there. Inhale, bring your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, drop the shoulder blades back and down behind you. We'll take one more. Inhale, bring your shoulders, shrug them up to your ears. Exhale, let that go. Drop those shoulder blades back and down behind you. Nice. Okay, let's roll over onto our knees, onto hands and feet. We'll come into a neutral tabletop position. Our shoulders should be stacked over our wrists and our hips are stacked over our knees. With your wide palms, you're pressing all 10 fingers and all 10 of your knuckle pads into the ground. On an inhale, we'll drop the belly and send our gaze forward, come into a cow pose. And exhale, press the ground away, come into cat pose. Round the spine, tuck your chin. Inhale, cow pose, belly drops, heart shines forward. It's a nice back bend here. And exhale, cat pose, round your spine. See if you can draw your belly button up to your spine to engage the core here. Really pull your shoulder blades apart as you press your hands into the ground. Nice adjustments. On an inhale, cow pose, drop the belly, gaze forward. Exhale, press the ground away, cat pose, round the spine, tuck your chin in. Nice. Come back into a neutral tabletop here. And let's do some warm-ups for our wrists. In yoga and in pottery, we spend so much time on our wrists. So let's get a nice stretch for them. Spin your fingertips backwards so that they face your knees. And then sit your hips back any amount to get a nice good forearm stretch. Yeah, the heels of your palms might lift off, and that's totally okay. You can even take little pulses here and notice the different intensities of the stretch in your forearm as you sit your hips forwards and back. Now spin your fingertips over to the long edges of the mat here. And then let's shift our weight over from left to right. Make sure as you're doing this, you're pressing all 10 of your knuckle pads down into the ground. Nice. Spin your fingertips back forwards towards the top of your mat and flip your left palm so that it faces up towards the sky, and shift more of the weight onto your right hand if this feels a little bit too much on the left wrist here. And draw some little circles over the left wrist. Be really gentle as we flip our palm here, and let's switch sides. Left palm places back down and your right palm flips up. Shift more weight into your left side than your right. We want to really take it easy here in this position. Yeah, just draw little circles here. It's just counteracting all of the pushing motions that we usually do in centering our clay. And flip your fingertips back down towards the ground, and let's sit back on our hips. Let's warm up the wrists a little bit more. We're gonna make this flicking motion with our hands like we are flicking water onto our piece of clay. And you wanna flick really fast here. Pretend like you are flicking some glaze onto your glazed pieces for that little splatter effect. And keep doing this. Forearms might start to burn. Stay here for 3, 2, 1. Okay. Shake it out. Okay, let's do one more wrist exercise together. I'm gonna clasp your hands together, your wrists are together. Also bring your elbows together as much as you can as well. We'll begin to draw figure eights with the hands here. You're gonna move your hands in this circular 8 motion. If that doesn't make sense, see if maybe an infinity sign makes a little bit more sense to you, or drawing that kind of shape. But if that doesn't make sense either, that's totally okay. We're just gonna move our wrists around in any kind of circular motion just to get them moving about. And switch directions if you haven't already. Nice. Okay, go ahead and shake those wrists out. We're gonna come back into a tabletop position. And bring your right hand to your right shoulder. Point your elbow up towards the sky and draw big circles here. Get that shoulder moving in its socket there. Switch directions of your circle. And then bring your right fingertips up towards the sky. Gaze past your fingertips. And on your exhale, we'll thread the needle. We'll loop our right arm down underneath the loop we've created with our left arm. Your right temple, right shoulder might come down to the ground. And feel your shoulder blades open apart and pull apart here. See if you can press your right arm down into the ground as you try to pretend like you're creating some friction against the ground. Pull your entire right arm, right shoulder back towards the right side. See if you can open up the shoulder blades and get deeper in this twist here. Yeah, nice adjustments. Okay. Gently unwind, unthread the needle, right arm back up towards the sky, and then back onto the ground. Let's do the other side. Left hand to your left shoulder. We'll draw big circles here with the elbow again. Switch directions of your circle. Feel your shoulder moving in its socket. Warming up our shoulders here. Then spin your left fingertips up towards the sky. Gaze past those fingertips, and on your exhale, thread the needle. Loop your left arm down underneath the hole you've created with your right arm, and your left shoulder, your left temple might come down to the ground. And feel your shoulder blades open up here. See if you can press your whole entire left arm down into the ground as you try to create some friction here on your arm against the ground. Pull your arm towards the left side. See if you can open up the shoulder blades a little bit more. Get deeper in this twist here. Nice adjustment. Okay, gently unthread the needle, left fingertips back up towards the sky, and place it back down onto the ground. We'll take a puppy pose next. Your hips are gonna stay stacked over your knees, and you're gonna crawl your fingertips forward and melt the heart down to the ground. Your hands and your forearms can stay onto the ground. Your chin might come down to the ground. Your head might come down to the ground as your heart melts towards the ground. Getting a nice heart opener here just to counteract all of the rounding that we do on our wheel. Okay, slowly crawl your hands back underneath the shoulders. Come into your tabletop position. Tuck your back toes. Lift your knees off the ground 1 inch. Hover here. Hold for 5, 4, 3. Draw your ribs in. 2, 1. Send the hips back for downward facing dog. You can have a generous bend in your knees. Just pedal out your feet here. Straighten one leg, bend the other knee. Switch it out a few times. Pedal it out. Press both palms into the ground. Shake your head. Yes, no, yes, no. Just let your head hang heavy here. Yeah, when you're ready, together we'll all find some stillness in our downward facing dog. Take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Big inhale through nose. Exhale, let it go. On an inhale, we'll lift our left leg out and back behind us, 3-legged dog. And on our exhale, we'll step our foot in between the hand. Bring your right knee down to the ground. Inhale to sweep your arms up and overhead. Crown reaches tall up towards the sky. And on an exhale, we'll drop the elbows to cactus our arms. Shine the heart forward. Really open up your heart here. Come into a baby back bend. Beautiful. Arms come back to frame your face. And on your exhale, you'll frame your front foot, step your left foot back into plank pose, and switch it out. Step your right foot in between the hand this time. Left knee stays down on the ground. Inhale to rise here. Arms sweep up to frame your face. Crown reaches up tall towards the sky, and exhale, drop the elbows, shine your heart forward here. Really open up the heart, back bend here to counteract all of that hunching over. Nice, inhale to come back to center. And exhale, our hands are going to frame our front foot, and then take a big step in with your left foot. Heel toe out your feet to widen your stance. And then have a generous bend in your knees as you let your head hang heavy. Fold forward over the legs. Come into a ragdoll pose. Grab for opposite elbows. And you can sway from side to side here. And let go of any tension in your neck. Just let it hang heavy and shake out your head. Yes, no. Yes, no. And sway it back and forth. This helps to release our lower spine here. Nice, and when you're ready, you can place your palms back onto the ground and have a generous bend in your knees and sit your hips down, all the way to the ground. And we'll meet on our backs. Extend your legs out long behind you and slowly roll all the way down to the ground. Begin to bend both knees so that both of your soles of your feet are on the ground and your fingertips can almost graze the backs of your heels here. We'll take a few rounds of bridge. Begin by pressing both feet into the ground. And on an inhale, we'll lift our hips up towards the sky, shoulders pressed down into the ground. Bring your knees a little bit closer together so that they're 6 inches apart. Nice adjustments, yeah. And then slowly lower your hips all the way back to the ground. Press both feet into the ground, all 10 toes included. And then tuck your pelvis a little bit so that there's no more gap underneath the lower back. Yeah, did you notice your belly button drawing into your spine there? Keep that engagement of your core as you inhale and lift your hips up and off the ground into your bridge pose. See if you can squeeze your inner upper thighs together. Your knees are 6 inches apart, heels press into the ground as your shoulder blades press into your ground. Inhale to lift a little bit higher. Keep that core engagement, glute engagement. Nice, and slowly lower your hips all the way back to the ground. Bridge pose is a really nice release for our hip flexors here and really counteracts all of that hunching over that we do on our stools over the wheel. Let's take one more. Press both feet into the ground. Tuck your pelvis in so that there's no gap underneath your low back, belly button to your core. Inhale to lift the hips up and off the ground into your bridge pose. Shoulders press into ground, heels press into ground. Hips lift a little higher, glutes are engaged, core is engaged. Nice. Slowly lower all the way down. Hips come down to the ground. Widen the stance of your feet so that your feet are at the edges of your mat, and we'll drop our knees over to the right side. And then the left. We'll windshield wiper out the legs to help release our lower spine and find some nice ease and softness there. Bend both knees, come into a happy baby. Grab for the bottoms of your feet, your calves, or your thighs. Make sure your sacrum, which is the very bottom tailbone of your spine, is still touching the ground as you rock back and forth, left and right. It's just a nice little massage for your hips here, that lower spine. And when you're ready, you can roll over onto the right side, make a pillow for your head with your bottom arm. And use the strength of both of your palms. Slowly press yourself up back into an easy seat here. Place your palms onto your legs. Send your gaze down past the tip of your nose. Option to close the eyes if that feels comfortable. We'll take 3 rounds of breaths together to close out our practice. First, exhale all the air out of your mouth. Take a big inhale through nose. Exhale, audible sigh out. Big inhale through nose, fill up the belly. Exhale, let it go. Big inhale, biggest breath yet today. Exhale, let it go. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice today. I hope that you've found some more ease, more release in your neck, your shoulders, your back. Happy throwing on the wheel. Thank you so much for being here today, and I hope to see you again soon.